So aside from the spiritual, psychological slickness that tries to show up, like a movie, a video that tried to show up on my feed about a dog, about some demon possession movie, and the dog hurts the baby girl and or the child, the young girl child, blah blah blah. And then they used my old name that I divorced a long time ago. I'm like, you know what? Not only that, now we have supposedly Trump, we have DeSantis, and whoever that other guy is, Hasgaff. Everybody's going nuts over these people. And I'm like, you know what? I like with all things, I don't pick sides. I see everyone's light and shadow. There are some good things, there are some bad things, okay? But there's also a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on, okay? Some people some people focus on the expressions that these people make, okay? And mind you, some of the expressions that some people make or say when in regards to certain things like the military, when they were speaking to the generals, some of that stuff is very general. It's very broad and probably on purpose, okay? Because it's open for interpretation. See, when someone says, for example, training ground, we could turn such a place into a training ground. Okay, maybe they might have an intent to turn it into a training ground with a certain context, but other people, like me and other people around, see training ground. We're like, you know what? It could be a training ground. You get everybody in Chicago involved, and everybody trains each other, kind of like in this live action split gate video game kind of thing. All right, earn and customize gear, kind of like an Apex Legends kind of thing. Yeah, I can see a training ground like that. Yeah, that way you build camaraderie amongst people in the nation, all over the world. Okay, but when it comes to the drama and when it comes to like things that are based off of greed, um, that is counterintuitive. All right. So, like I said, there's good and there's bad. There's light and shadow, and we walk in between, right? So that's counterintuitive. Anything that has to do with greed is counterintuitive. Anything that has to do with trying to control other people is counterintuitive. Now, if you want to bring people together, now I'll give you something else. A recent video was talking about the UFOs and JFK and all this other stuff and the CIA, and how JFK had said that the CIA was going, he would take it, by splinter or split it into 1,000 splinters. And I'm like, you know what? The CIA kind of did that for itself. Okay. Well, at least the ones that were in there with fear-based mentalities, negative-based mentalities, things that weren't in alignment with the truth of life. Okay. Okay. That's what we call evil. Things that aren't in alignment with the truth of life is evil. Okay. Now, let's take, for example, one of the other major topics that was mentioned, I think, by Hesketh. The whole thing about trans and fat people. Okay. On one aspect is bad, on another aspect is good. I've talked about this trans movement. Okay. So there's a difference between feeling that you lean towards more woman, okay, or lean towards a man. But then there is a form of non acceptance of thyself when you are trying to alter and take off through surgical means your own body. Okay? You're trying to alter your temple through external means. Now, it's different if you find some kind of potion or something like that and you drink it and you can shift between forms. That's a whole nother level. All right. But that level is not going to be surgical. That level is, if anything, that level would be spiritual. Okay. If we were to talk about that, but we're not going to get into that. So there's some truth to that. There's also some ugliness, all right, to what was said when that was said. Okay. Because there's a varying spectrum. Okay. And fat people. Let's talk about the fat people thing. Okay. Yeah, there's some truth to that. There's also some ugliness because it's a varying spectrum. It's very clear that if you're overweight and you're obese, you're not healthy, period. Okay? It has nothing to do with body shaming, but you should be ashamed that you don't take care of your own temple. Okay? And for those that say that, well, there's a physical genetic problem, rise above it because you can. Are you going to create limitations for yourself? Do you not believe in your own power? Okay? It's like, are you going to, it's like a phrase we say in Spanish. Okay? Si te cae, y si te caigas y te caes encima de una piedra, levántate, pero no te acaricia con la piedra. Okay? If you fall and you hit a rock, get up. Don't just make love to the rock and the pain. Like, don't just say this is my life, pain is my life. No, that is, in a sense, evil because it's not in alignment. See, evil is the opposite of live. You're not living. Evil is live. Okay, or we could say ibala, alive. But anyways, it's the opposite. It's the flip of being live, being live, to live, to flip, to live. To live is to be enjoyed. To live is to be in happiness and health, okay, and abundance. Okay. So when it comes to your own body, your own temple, your own mind, your own heart, if you are not embracing the truths of life, which is love, abundance, okay, thriving in health in all areas, spiritual, intellectual, physical, emotional, then that is evil unto yourself. Okay? Now, that's a good and that's the bad. The good part is, no, you're not less of a person because you might be fat. Okay? But what does your spirit? Is your spirit, are you letting your spirit tell and your mind tell you you are less and incapable? Or are you rising to the challenge? Okay? Because not for anybody's sake, but for your own personal sake. Fuck what everybody else thinks. All right? It's not about what other people think. It's about what you think for your own personal life. All right? That's that aspect on the fat. Now let's talk about the money. Okay? And this whole thing about the, just touching back on this whole thing about secrecy and, how people on the political spectrum, they want to say, we want to know about the UFOs and stuff. Motherfuckers, we've been known about the UFOs. People were studying and building that shit a long time ago. In ancient India, they were called Vimanas. Okay? So people are building them. So there ain't no UFO. There ain't no need to cover up or try to disclose. You can disclose. All right? The only reason some people want to disclose certain things is because they're trying to clean your skin. They're trying to, they're trying to clear their names or their organizations or their face. Okay, sure, whatever. But that doesn't mean your spirit is clear. Okay? It's one thing if you're doing that and you want to inform people, but then it's another thing if you're going to act. What are you going to do moving forward? That's the other thing. What are these people going to do when you're moving forward? That's what needs to be considered. What are you doing when you're moving forward? Are you going to continue to live in fear? Are you going to continue to live in insecurity and doubt? Are you going to continue to think that you need more greed, more money, more stuff? Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, realize that we, especially with the developments of certain tech that people did, which, mind you, nothing is new, okay? Like 3D printing, we, all of us, can live very awesome, fun, exciting, self-sustaining, thriving, abundant, and also plant-based, because the animals are part of the ecosystem and they are our friends. They love like we do, okay? Although when it comes to sacred energy, sacred sexual energy, you observe them, they don't waste it like most people, but they embrace it, okay? And they play with it, okay? So they play with their energy. You can play with your energy, but you got to move through every process. You got to go through the shadows, overcome it, and elevate. And that anyone can do. Learn from others. I talk about that on my channel. But anyways, so yeah, what are you going to do moving forward is what these people need to ask yourselves. Okay, we got the whole thing, for example, that the other thing that tried to show up in my face with this YouTube. Oh, alligator Alcatraz, ice. You know what I noticed? People are reading and noticing just how much international global laws are being broken by anyone acting under color of law. It also doesn't make sense that if you have certain organizations that say they don't support acting under color law, but then act under color law, what's going on here? You see what I'm saying? So what's going on here, right? Now, what's going on, I would say, partially, is this is Project Looking Glass. See, you're looking at this through the looking glass. You're looking at a glass right now. You're looking through the glass. And in this glass, there's many things that are portrayed, okay? Some are staged, some are AI made, generated, okay? And a lot of those things, they carry energy, okay? They influence energy. And so, what are you going to do individually and collectively with the energy, and what you choose to not entertain is going to be the ultimate deciding factor for where we go individually and collectively as a species, all right, as a co species amongst nature as well. Okay. Nature is abundant, nature is self sustaining. Let's look at the, okay, so, I think this Ron DeSantis guy was supporting ICE, but yet he also supported no cloud seeding. What's going on here? You see what I'm saying? That's why I say we see both light, we see both shadow of everybody. All right. Let's not forget, I'm laying the immigration stuff aside. Don't forget, everybody migrates throughout the whole world. You don't tell a bird, oh, you can't be here because these birds are from here. But the bird be like, fuck you, I'm going wherever the fuck I want. Try to tell that to a lion. Excuse me. You want to catch some paws? You want to catch some claws? Try to tell that to a lion. Oh, you can't be here. Huh. Or a horse. Eat my hoof. That's what the horse will say. If it could speak. So, y'all, it's okay to be real and honest. If politicians are being real and honest, let them be real and honest. So long as their actions and what they're deciding isn't going to stop others from having the same, or isn't going to create an obstacle for others to have the same basic rights. Okay? And by basic, it does not, when we say basic, that does not mean we exclude all other rights. Okay? For example, the right to travel, the right to create, the right to have land, the right to not want to do commerce with whoever with anybody you don't want to. Okay? All nations around the world is all commerce. It's all commerce. They're all guided by international and national laws. It's all commerce. All the drama y'all see is because people are making negotiations and business deals, okay? And they got these pressures, personal and collective, and they're stressing about it. And so when things don't go a certain way, or something else comes up, they get this either distracted, or they feel the need to say something about it. They just are experiencing life like anybody else is experiencing life. Okay. But like anything, like any mature, sensible person who's grown up would do, whatever you're experiencing in life, make sure your baggage or any drama or any shadows that you may experience or be influenced, or may have influencing you, not may have influence, or any shadows that you might have internally that are trying to come out. Reflect on them. Go see a shaman, for crying out loud. Go drink some ganja tea or some mushroom tea. Okay? Connect with nature. Be alone with nature. Screw the whole world. Okay? I would hope that that's what Trump's doing. If he's hiding, I hope he's going to go see a freaking shaman, and all these other politicians and anybody involved in any kind of politics. Anybody. All these people, Candace and what's that other girl's name? I don't know, man. I don't keep up with these people. I really don't. I don't keep up with any of these people. Okay? YouTube just be shoving it in my face because that's what's trending. And I'm like, I don't care about what's trending. I'm not into drama. We already know what the truth is. The truth is everything is just fucking contracts and commerce and business. And people have the right and freedom to choose who to do business. They don't have to be judged by anybody but themselves. Okay? Man. Oh, let's even bring up the other taboo topic of zoosexual. Zoosexual. What is that? Zoosexual. Oh my God. Oh, that's this an abomination. Listen. Okay. There's, like I said, there's a light and there's a shadow to everything. Okay. Go do the research, because a lot of those people who don't view nature as some sexual object, but have encountered some kind of interaction with the sacred energy, the sacred root chakra, should damn well know that nature does not limit or confine itself like humans does not confine its love expression within just the root lower chakras, as we call it. Okay? They're not low in the sense of importance, low in the sense of where they are on the plane of existence. We stand erect for a reason, okay? We have a form for a reason, okay? Yeah, let's just bring that in there too, because I see all these topics being tossed around and people will just keep going in this same goddamn loops on these topics, you know? No, I am not saying, hey, um go and make sexy love with all nature's creatures. No, no, no. What I'm saying is let yourself be vulnerable in nature and let nature teach you how sacred you need to treat that energy, because that energy is connected to a lot of things and a lot of issues that people have. Okay? People who are like gun ho for war, you either need dick or you either need pussy. All right? And nature will make you realize, hey, you need some dick or some pussy, or you need to start harnessing that energy. Okay? And trust me, nature will show you how to harness that energy. Go observe it. I tell people just observe how dogs treat their energy, that sacred energy. That's why people gravitate so much towards cats and dogs and other animals, because they don't waste energy and they don't waste their mind and their hearts on fritters. They don't fritter away on such petty issues that have very simple solutions if you know yourself, if you're working on yourself. What's another fucking topic people keep bringing up that is so stupid, and it's so repetitive? I gotta move this because there's little droplets of rain. Come here, Rose. Come here, we gotta move over here because there's little droplets of rain. Come here. Come here, come here, come here. Little droplets of rain. Okay, when you're ready. So what's another topic here? Let's see. Oh, what's it? Oh, the other one is the job market. The job market is collapsed. Oh, it's the end of the world as we know it. The jobs are collapsing. Oh, what's the other thing that people keep talking about? AI. AI is taking over. Ah. Man, I've done covered this stuff too many times for me to even give a fuck anymore to try explain anymore, man. I think I've already said enough. Okay, y'all need to get on the spiritual. Nature is on the spiritual. Nature's plants, plant foods, plant medicines are of a higher level. Okay, the way nature comprehends and expresses love is of a higher level. Okay, one that is balanced, one that is fun, creative, expressive. Okay, not one that is desperate and one that is, insecure, one that is worrisome. No, nature is super freaking grounded, super earth, super grounded in love and the power that love actually has and the wisdom it has. That's what these politicians and all these other people and business owners need to get through their fucking thick skulls. Leaders, influencers, religious people too. Notice I said religious people, not spiritual people. Spiritual is everything. Religious is something else. Get it through your thick skulls, man. Life is so simple and self-sustaining. There is so much creative stuff to do. Do you see on Pinterest the amount of creativity that is on there? If there's that much creativity, why are people just, why don't we see more of that in real life? Why do we have to, why is it only on the looking glass? That's what the mega project is also part of. The mega project is about bringing that together to bring it to real life. Oh, the other recent topic everybody was talking about. What is it? Was it called polyamory? You know? And they're like, polyamory? No. Ah! And I'm like, oh my God, nature is polyamorous. Do you see them tripping about what someone looks like or whatnot? Now, are there people who are exaggeratingly doing certain things, probably based off of insecurities that they need to get over with? Yeah. But the concept itself of what it's supposed to represent, an unconditional love for all, that's in nature. So this is why when it comes to these topics, I kind of get bored of talking about them, and I try not to really talk about them unless there is a need and the energy is trying to really bombard itself in my face, because maybe that bombardment is because people have been bombarded by it like crazy. So here comes good old spirit Master Chief. It's like, hey, I got something to tell y'all to keep everything in balance. And there are other workers like me who walk between light and shadow. So, anyways, y'all, right now it's 6 more days till Tron, Aries. That's gonna be freaking dope. That's all I have for y'all. Namaste. And yeah, join the mega project. Go check out my previous video. I mentioned it there. Mm, smells and tastes so good. Peace.